live, please share, subscribe, and hit that like button. And let's get to this live. Now, the people are saying that Donald Trump cares nothing about Charlie Kirk's death. So you see, the people are saying this odd video of Trump talking about Charlie Kirk proved he didn't care about anybody but himself. Donald Trump had a bizarre response Friday morning to a reporter question about the death of Charlie Kirk. The far-right activist was fatally shot on Wednesday while speaking at Utah Valley University, and the numerous media accounts have claimed that Trump was close to Kirk and taking his death hard. But it didn't really sound that way on Friday when a reporter asked that the president how he was holding up, and he responded by promoting his newest session, the White House ballroom. I think very good, Trump answered. And by the way, right there you see all the trucks that just started constructions of a new ballroom for the White House, which is something they have been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's gonna be a beautiful, he continued, absolutely magnificent construction. We just started, so it get done very nicely. And it will be one of the best anywhere in the world, actually. So according to reports, this statement came out from Gab Newsom, brought the receipt after Trump claimed he never wrote a picture and responded to the Epstein files is so good. So Trump says, my condolences, on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. How are you holding up? Trump says, I think very good. And by the way, right there you see all the trucks. They just started constructions, a new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been talking about. Of course, many people have thought about the president's response. So Trump says he was just holding up. And he says, I think very good. And by the right there, you see all the trucks that just started construction of a new ballroom for the White House, which is something very good that we've been trying to do. So now, according to these reports, the people are stunned at how Trump really feels about his close friend. So, the White House, according to the reports, are angry over Charlie Kirk's assassination as Trump mourn. Now, I want to roll this video for you guys because it don't show no kind of, it just don't show no kind of sympathy for the death of Charlie. During the 911 memorial. It shows that Trump don't look like he's here with us. I'm gonna roll this clip, and I'm gonna let you guys decide from the clip.
Waits if you were detained at any San Bernardino juvenile detention facility, such as High Desert or Gilbert Street. This Teresa and Lynch, Lieutenant General Timothy J. Vaughn, United States Army.
Now, do that look like a president that is with us today? Or do it just look like he's somewhere else? Many people think that that photo during the 9/11 memorial that didn't look like President Trump was with us. I want you guys to really, pay closely attention. Look at this photo and see if Trump with us.
Robert J. Maxwell. Renee A. May. Molly L. McKenzie. Dora Marie Mantrico. Patricia E. Bickley.
Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Trump don't give a damn about anybody but himself, man. That face, that expression look like Trump ain't with us today, man. You know. I want to play another clip for you guys. I want to show you guys something.
And a lot of illegal aliens, some not the best of people.
We have a number of executive orders for your attention, sir.
Okay.
From 1789 until 1947, our nation won.
Let me tell y'all something, man. During the assassination, the death of Charlie, this shows that with America manufacturing these killings, this shows how they will target black people, and that black people will be targeted. Now, it says that the people were so buzzed because they think that Trump, his obsession about the ballroom, that he was, expecting to see, I believe, within the next 150 years. So this ballroom was more important for him than the death of Charlie. I want you guys to bear with me for a second. Just bear with me. Because the people was saying this odd video of Trump talking about the Charlie proved that he didn't care about anybody but himself. It shows Trump had a bizarre response Friday morning to a reporter question about the death of Charlie. Now, the far-right activist was fatally shot on Wednesday while speaking at a Utah Valley University, and numerous media's account have claimed that Trump was close friends with Charlie and taking his death hard. Now, I want to roll this video for you guys, man. And you know how a lot of these people took it, man. You know what I mean? This was a, you know what I mean, masonry satanic, you know what I mean, order. This was, you know what I mean, kind of strange, you see, where, you know what I mean, the whole ongoing investigation of the death of Charlie, the police, you know what I mean, had got a tip from the families of Robinson, a 30, you know what I mean, 3-hour manhunt, which is 33 is a special number. I've been always saying this 33 number, man. The crucifixion of Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? It's like the number. You know what I mean? And you see, this is why I say that this was no more than a government cover-up. You know, sheriff deputy, you know what I mean, was so lucky that they reached out for public assistance. And it was the family of Taylor Robinson to come forth. Now, I want to roll this clip for you guys, man, because what they plans is shutting down universities like Alabama universities, you know what I mean, Louisiana universities. A lot of black schools, colleges is being shut down just behind this assassination. They're not talking about, you know what I mean, the police shootings. That Colorado police shooting. They're not talking about the shooting that they had at an immigration stop. But they talking about, you know what I mean, what they going to do on shutting down black schools. Now play this video, you guys. Because like I said, all Trump has to really do is this, sign these, you know what I mean, executive order. That's all you got to do. Is to sign off. You know, and I've been saying how they gonna come deploy these blue states. You know, and they coming in Memphis. You know what I mean? And I won't be surprised, you know what I mean, you guys, that you see that they'll sound these alarms. It's like the beast wants you to, you know what I mean, poke at them. We are up against a giant, a Goliath, the beast of America. So let's roll this clip, man. And you know, hope you guys, share this, hit that like button. It's about 34 of you guys. Hit that like button. It'll help the YouTube algorithm. So let's go.
Some of its greatest military victories under the direction of a Secretary of War operating within a Department of War. Today, with this executive order, you will authorize the current Secretary of Defense and the current Department of Defense to once again embrace this great lineage and once again be named the Secretary of War and the Department of War.
So this is something we thought long and hard about. We've been talking about it for months. Pete and I and Dan. Dan came into the fold. By the way, a great general. He headed up I wouldn't call it an attack. I'd almost call that one maybe even more than an attack. What he did with Iran, you saw the success of that operation. It was perfect. In fact, this was sent to me by the great company that makes that particular B-2 bomber. And it was flawless. It was actually flawless. They flew for 37 hours back and forth, and there wasn't a bolt that was at it.
Look, Esau is hated. Jacob is cursed. Esau is hated, man. And I'm gonna say this to y'all, man. A lot of you guys flipping off the Palestinians, man. What have they done, man? I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Because that war in Gaza and Israel, man. And we started to find out that those people was never the real Israelis, man. You know, when God says that he got to inherit Jacob a land. Because the people of Esau is hated. The Most High God's going to deal with these people. And he promised that the land in Israel will become an Arab land. The Palestinians will run all through the Jordan River. Because God will inherit Jacob a land. So I know there's a lot of people going crazy, you know what I mean, in the comment section. So, you know what I mean, just letting y'all know, man, just want to inform y'all, man, that these people are cursed. The Most High God is going to deal with them. Let's go.
Condition. There wasn't an engine failure. There was no problem. It was a perfect attack, and it knocked out any possible nuclear capability for Iran, which nobody wanted to see, and we weren't going to put up with. So, great job, Dan. And we've been talking about this Department of War. So we won the First World War, we won the Second World War, we won everything before that and in between, and then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War, and I'd like to ask our Secretary of War to say a few words. Pete Hegseth, I think it's a much more appropriate name, especially in light of where the world is right now. We have the strongest military in the world. We have the greatest equipment in the world. We have the greatest manufacturers of equipment by far. There's nobody even.
Yeah, America can have and boast about all the materials she has. She can boast about how many materials she got to destroy continents. But look, you guys, I want to say this, you guys. This is not a World War I or II. This country, you guys, is so behind on war. It don't make sense. It don't make sense what's happening with Tehran. America, damn, she don't even support her allies. She's backed up and even having friends. They said after this death of Charlie Kirk, they said Trump have no friends. Trump has no friends because America, y'all, everybody's starting to realize that this nation, people going to stand far. Our people going to stand so far because we don't have nothing to do with this fight, y'all. This fight that they putting us in, the fight that they making black people a target so they can put us in their fight, this fight ain't ours. You know, it's going to get to a point, y'all, we're going to stand far and watch America destroy itself. America is going to destroy itself, and with the help of Almighty God, we're going to see what she's made of. Because she can boast of materials, of destroying continents. She can boast of how she made this war with other nations. And then you see she trying to find peace when there's no peace. America no longer have friends. Friendship is speeding her doom. No one wants to sit with this nation. You know, and we live in a nation, my brothers and sisters, where it's so divided. With discord, hate, greed. You know, lawlessness. See, we live in a country where it's murder, robbery, drug addiction are the only laws we see is respected. Evil is accepted and good can't come in. Evil is accepted and good can't come in.
Compete, and you see that with this and so many other things. The Patriots are the best. Every element of the military, we make the best by far. So, Peter, I'd like to ask you and maybe Dan Racing Game to say a few words, please.
Mr. President, thank you.
Can you please just hear me out? I don't know, all work management platforms are the same. Monday.com is the one you'll actually love to use. Did you see the dashboards?
After winning a war for independence in 1789, George Washington established the War Department, and Henry Knox was his first Secretary of War. And this country won every major war after that, to include World War I and World War II. Total victory, Mr. President, as you said. Then 150 years after that, we changed the name after World War.
You see, they talking about this World War I, World War II. This is see. This war is not like your World War I, II, man. See, America, she's at a point where she got to make ends meet, man. We dealing with a hard-headed, disobedient people, man. A stiff-nosed, rebellious people. This is what we dealing with. This is what kind of people we dealing with, man. You know, no good come out of these people, man. We up against a Goliath. And I thought God has to come with his powerful force of nature to show, you know what I mean, what time it is. The Most High God is going to show America what time it is.
From the Department of War to the Department of Defense in 1947. And as you pointed out, Mr. President, we haven't won a major war since. And that's not to disparage our warfighters, whether it's the Korean War, the Vietnam War, or our generation of Iraq and Afghanistan. That's to recognize
that this name change is not just about renaming, it's about restoring. Words matter. It's restoring, as you've guided us to, Mr. President, restoring the warrior ethos, restoring victory and clarity as an end state, restoring intentionality to the use of.
Look, America plan on restoring. They want to, you know what I mean, hit that reset button and rebuild America all over again. It was just like, you know, when you had presidents. America didn't never want two presidents, two governments. Why was Charlie really assassinated? Because he was a young activist, and now only they seen him climbing. They assassinated because, you know, there was a gender, and Trump is not letting no one, you know what I mean, get behind that. So they're not going to let you get behind their agenda. They'll kill you. This was no more than a blood sacrifice. A sacrifice, a homage. And yes, I gotta say it like that because this is a homage, man. Look at the date Charlie was killed. Close to 9/11. Was it 9/11? Or was damn close to 9/11? You guys got to use your discernment, man. America is not here to have a bright future. Hell, she don't even have a future for herself. When the going gets tough, and when the time comes, because a day is going to approach, and America going to eventually have to pack up because there's no future. There's no future here if you're going to stay here being an American citizen. And I've been wanting to say 99% of us don't even know that our future is at stake. See, whatever you see, every evil spooner, he's ready to do his worst. Will actually make it difficult for the 99% ignorant to ever know what's at stake. Because he's promised you a temporary future. Now, next year, you're going to see her stock markets going to be going up and down. That's to show you our economy. We going where we about to go into a economy crash globally. You're gonna see the dollar. You're gonna see the currency. See the dollar, you guys. Ain't gonna be worth a dollar because America she's losing 50% of her value of her currency. Be expecting next year a economy crash because that's where we are. Let's go.
Force. So, at your direction, Mr. President, the War Department is going to fight decisively, not endless conflicts. It's going to fight to win, not to lose. We're going to go on offense, not just on defense. Maximum lethal lethality, not tepid legality. Violent effect, not politically correct. We're going to raise up warriors, not just defenders. So this War Department, Mr. President, just...
You hear that? He says we're going to raise up warriors. Who's that warrior? See that allies is like Tehran. They have to see America will have to bring up Tehran. They don't bring up their allies. We so behind, 2 years behind. They don't build up their allies. They don't build up Tehran. Tehran is feeling some after effects over there. There's something over there that's happening with Tehran. And like I said, fam, is America ready to go to war? Because you're about to see her divine intervention was set to destroy her. And there's still this Cold War that people will be talking about America and Russia. And America and Russia being one of the most two powerful war factors, know that she gonna have to get herself in a conflict with the Russians. See, I'm not just making this up. See, you're not just hearing from the horse's mouth, but America in the Cold War, America and Russia being the most two powerful war factors, America will have to get herself into a Cold War sooner or later. Sooner or later, you'll see America and Russia will have to go to war. I know you may not like hearing this, you may not like it, but that's the way to tell you that the tables is set up. I mean, she knows she can't go to war. Let's go.
Just like America is back. Thank you for your leadership and your clarity. We're going to set the tone for this country. America first, peace through strength, brought to you by the War Department. We're back.
Look, you guys, America haven't never been first. This is a big consent they put. America never been first. When have we been first? America never been first. And here we are. Here we are, y'all. Destruction is coming right on her borders. Here we are. Y'all seeing something great that's finna come, y'all. I'm saying y'all see the build up here, man. I looked this the other day. I seen France having a hard time. There's a lot of landslides happening in France, and I'm looking at Africa being split. I was looking over there in Nevada. I seen within 24 hours, Nevada was getting serious earthquakes. And Nevada, dealing with a crack on the fault, which tells me that dam sooner or later it's gonna go. Let's look at Alaska. See, the Bible had Revelation 16:17 that the earth was split into 3 different fragments. Just look at the earthquakes that's happening at the Kansas subduction zone, setting up off a uptick, a major crush that they said at the Kansas subduction zone will probably get up into a 9-point magnitude, which means Washington, Oregon, if you are near a fault line, not to change the subject, but you guys, I'm just want to show you guys that the earth is speeding up, y'all. And you see a buildup is happening. And I want to say, because the wicked, they always think that they can thwart his plan. They always think that they are mightier than God until he comes. See, never will the earth nor the heaven earth be let out to these non-owners, because they already proved to you that they, was not able to manage. Let's think about it. We tried them now. We tried them at it. We tried them at it. They was never able to just govern. Now let's go.
Thank you very much. Very well stated. It really has to do with winning. We should have won every war. We could have won every war, but we really chose to be very politically correct or wokey, and we just fight forever. And then we, win. We wouldn't lose really. We just fight sort of time. We never wanted to win wars that every one of them we would have won easily with just a couple of little changes or a couple of little edicts. I was told that ISIS would take 5 years to win, and Dan Cain, when I told him how long would it take, he said, I think about 4 weeks. Or I said, what do you mean 4 weeks? I was told 5 years by the people in Washington. You know who they were? 5 years. I said, you can't do it in 4 weeks. I actually flew to Iraq to meet with him, and I met him at a big air base. And remember that famous day, right? It turned out to be a famous day for our country, because you're now the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, which is the biggest deal. And he is, because he did things that everybody said couldn't do. So they said it was going to be 5 years, and he knocked them out in about 4 weeks total, 100%. We took over, and ISIS was gone.
For nearly 50 years, Harbor Freight has been a reliable source for the widest variety of tools at a
And pretty amazing. But we never fought to win, and now if we have to fight at all, we solved 7 wars. We have the one that I thought was going to be probably one of the easier ones, and that's with President Putin and Ukraine. And that turned out to be one that's a little bit more difficult, but the 7 are done. They were supposed to be much more difficult to solve. I solved every one of them, and we're going to get the other one done too. But it turned out to be a little bit more difficult than I thought.
I told you. And see why is it becoming so difficult? I'm gonna tell y'all why it's becoming difficult for the president, because he's in a difficult time. And whenever a president is in a difficult time where he can't make, his, end reach. Because you come to a time where you want to make good end, meet. So he's at a time, y'all, that I told y'all, man, that America, they don't have enough power to exercise the East. So when you are like a Trump, when you are hard headed, you're a stubborn person, and you know Trump, you think that yeah, a lot of people look at Trump. A lot of people may, fear, be intimidated. But I'm saying some people will be thinking that yeah, Trump can, get things done. But if a deal don't get done, then what Trump do? He puts sanctions and tariffs. As you see, sanctions is being put on the Russia economy, but that don't affect the Russians. You know, it may, it may slow down their economy. They may actually feel a domino effect. But what I'm saying, Russia is able to move around. They're able to get the support by other, you know what I mean, countries like India and Iran and China. So it's really, the distinctions in these tariffs is really it's not affecting these nations. But I say, because I say this, we dealing with a time, we dealing with this some very, arrogant people. And that's why, you see America, no good comes. No good comes from this country. When did you ever see good ever came? There have been no time where you seen it been good. They have been a forsaken people. They have not been forgiven.
And it'll get done or they'll be held to pay. But because they're losing 6 to 7, it used to be 5. I used to tell you 5. Now it's almost 7. I guess 7,000 people last week. 7,813 people, young soldiers died. Russian and Ukrainian, not American soldiers. But it's a shame. It's just, they're human lives, and I want to see it stop. But General Kane's done a fantastic job. And again, defeated ISIS, which they said would take.
Now, Dawson says move back to Africa. See, these are hateful people, man. These are hateful white people. Move back to Africa. I can't help it when people can't stand hearing the truth. I can't help it, man. Our fathers and our ancestors died here, man. People ought to be careful what they say, man. They ought to accept us as them, man. We have some people that made a way for us. You know what I mean? Because America went into civilized and uncivilized Africa and tried our fathers and used them as slave purpose. They should be thankful that when y'all took our fathers and tried them out, and when our fathers built this country, made a way for you, so that man can have the things that he had, and that was his freedom. Now I want to say to you, brothers and sisters, the country of America can never be said to be the white man's own. But after you see them conquering from the native Indians who had the independent claim called the country of America. See, you've been thieves. You are thieves. Hear me out. You have been thieves. See, it's like never care what he say. Because I say this and I'm gonna say it again. These people are no use. Because we become no use. God today made them no use to take over ownership anymore. And I say this, man. Every nation, man, has a term. You see, these things is right on their walls. You see the stonework of this government written on her walls. Now, this boy Dawson, you know, he don't like what's said. And if you don't like what's said, there's always another life you can go on. I can't help that your people ain't been a forgiving people. See, expel the wicked amongst you. See, hate what is evil and cleanse to what is good. Now let's go.
Long time, and it didn't take a long time at all. It did other things that people said really couldn't happen. We have the greatest equipment in the world. We have the greatest soldiers in the world. Dan, say a few words, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. It's a true honor for me today to represent the incredible men and women of America's joint force. Today and every day, the 2.8 million service men and women stand ready to fulfill our sacred duty to protect America at home and abroad. As the President said, America's military is the single most powerful fighting force in the world. The mission you and the Secretary have given us is clear and unambiguous to deliver peace through overwhelming strength. And I remind everyone that the U.S. military can reach any adversary at the time and place of our choosing. Service to this nation is an incredible gift, and we're grateful and honored every day to do so. Thank you, Mr. President.
Well, thank you, and it's an honor to sign this. And we will do that right now.
Look, man, here's the people that don't give a damn about us, man. You see what they doing to our brown people, man? A lot of YouTubers, I be in disagreement with them because they just don't understand who our brothers is. See, you got a Goliath, the beast of America. You got our people right in the South. You see in Chicago where they coming. They already show you what they was going to do. They already show you what they was made of. They coming with a mind of their own. And I've been telling you, in Memphis too. See, your little cap guns, my brothers, is drawing you insane that you would kill your own and you don't wake up in the time to know that your brother's sitting next to you. He's suffering. But they coming with a mind of their own, and I've been saying your little cat guns is drawing you insane that you would go kill your own. And you shoot your own brother and he gaps. And you don't think nothing of it. And you see what's going on in Chicago and Memphis. Los Angeles, all those states that he's applying pressure. Now, brothers, what are you going to do? See, because our people been aiming the guns in the wrong direction. And see, and Joshua, the sons of Caleb, see, they went into that land now. There's giants, these people were saying. And they was telling Josh, we're not going to go in there. It's like the children of Israel says, I wonder why God didn't leave us in Egypt, but you was complaining to get released from Egypt. But those giants, see, God is showing you those giants ain't worth a thing. Because he shows you that he's going to take on those giants. He's going to take on this system. He's showing you that. He's showing you that America and her stocks and trades, you see. Her shift master, her cargoes. You see all her delicate, delicious splendor things, you see, it's all gone. You see, it's gonna be 1 day, 1 hour, right in the rester. Hypnosphere. So it's all gone, my brothers. People gonna be seeing this so afar. Because there's no more pain, guys, people have to go through. No more mourning, crying. Because God, we remember his people. He remembered the cries of his people. No more. Because God said, this is mine now. This is mine. Revenge is mine. See, I will take on the oppressor. You see, their little bullets and their little things that they boast about. You see, at the end of the day, they never, my brothers and sisters, they never killed as many people as God. I don't care. You can even put Hitler, you know what I mean? Genghis Khan, Tabla Khan, and Tamerlane. You can put them all, and you can put Vladimir Putin. You could put Donald Trump. But know that they never killed nothing. They never killed as many people as God. So now, watch what he comes to do.
I think that's a big one, I'll be honest.
Brothers, don't be ignorant now. I want you to use your discernment. A lot of people are going to go away. A lot of people are going to fall. Just as Jesus says, I will strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. But after the overseer comes. See, you will be scattered because we done made agreement with hell and death. The agreement. In the Revelation chapter, there was a pale horse. The ghost rider. See, God is here to take the confusion out of us and put it into them. See, people talk about this colored thing, it's this colored thing, but God is here to straighten things out. He's here to straighten out these oppressors. And ever since you see the Jews was being persecuted, And God called the black people Jews. It was for that purpose, because you see, from the Babylonian Empire and from England and Germany, for them being the enslavers of this enslavement. You see, Germany are one of the most wicked of ways. Now, prove to me if I'm a liar to you. Because England and Germany fits that time of the ancient Babylon history. Now let's go.
That's a big one.
If you want to build an app and have no idea how to code or where to start, check out Base 44.
Do you have any questions on this subject? We're going to be discussing the G20 in a couple of minutes, but yes, please. No, right now.
This Rebranding, the question for you, the newly minted Secretary of War. What message does this send to our enemies, to our allies, to the American people? And again, what gave you the idea for this rebrand at this moment?
I think it sends a message of victory. I think it sends really a message of strength. We're very strong. We're much stronger than anyone would really understand. And again, having the great equipment, we have just so much better. You look at all of the, just any of it, submarines as an example. We're 20 years ahead of anyone else. Nobody even compares. And I let a lot of this happen in my first term. We totally rebuilt our military. And then, of course, you had that catastrophe in Afghanistan where they gave up a lot of the equipment, but a relatively small amount, but a lot. There was a lot in Afghanistan. I think it was the most, General, I'd say it was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country, the way that happened, the way they went to the wrong airport. They should have gone to Bagram, not the local little airport with no security, with tight quarters, etc. You know what happened. I think it was the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, frankly. That was under the Biden administration. That was terrible. And we were going to be leaving, but we were leaving with strength and dignity. We were going to keep Bagram, because Bagram's 1 hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. We're going to have that all to ourselves, a big, beautiful place built many years ago for money that today would be the equivalent of, many, many billions of dollars. You couldn't build it. The longest runways, the most powerful runways in terms of load capacity. And we just walked.
I want to say this, man. We looking at our left hand side, China, Russia looking on the right hand side. We are finna go into a whole globally crash, y'all, economic crash by next year, y'all. I'm telling you guys, man. Get your things in order, get your house in order, man. Because these people are coming, man. These people are coming with a mind of their own, man. You about to see a big fallout. Sooner or later, man. You're gonna see the crash. See America. You see when she don't have a future for herself. And now black people is targeted to see if they can have a future here. You know what I mean? Black and brown people, we going through being beaten, chastised, and I get black YouTubers talking about how brown people feel about black, but it ain't about how people should feel. It's about how we should know we are brothers. That's in a time we live in, y'all, where there's nothing but division, man. Satan and his kingdom is so divided up, man. It's divided up with hate, jealousy, and greed. It's divided up. And see, if Satan's kingdom is divided up, his kingdom can't stand. because his time has come. And see, a time has come. They know that. They know. They know the time has come. They know the time is up. And it's like when they know their time is up, it's like they're playing hardball. Now, since they're playing hardball, why they direct and aim at why black people are aim? Why black people target? Why are we the aim? Why we see not just black people, we see black and brown people are target here. You're a target. I just have to say that. You're a target.
Away from it. So stupid. And they were fools. The people were fools. No, we have the strongest military, and I think that indicates we have the strongest military. And you know, we had it, and we won World War I, we won World War II, we won everything before, and as I said, we won everything in between. And we were very strong, but we never fought to win. We just didn't fight to win. We didn't lose anything, but we didn't fight to win. We could have won every one of those wars quickly, but they went a route that I think was probably politically correct, but not correct for our nation. So I think the Department of War sends a signal. Yeah, please.
You alluded to this a little while ago. You said that this renaming is a good reflection of where the world is at right now. How do you square naming it the Department of War with pursuing peace in so many different parts of the world?
Well, I think I've gotten peace because of the fact that we're strong. If we weren't strong, those 7 deals I told you about, the 7 wars, a majority of them wouldn't have happened. They happened for 2 reasons: trade and our strength. Those are the 2 reasons. And probably strength may be more important than trade. So if I was very proud of all those wars. Those were wars that could not be settled, and I settled all of them. And we'll get the other one settled also. That'll get settled. But without the strength, we wouldn't have settled any of them. Yeah, please.
Your expectation in Congress will kind of.
Look, you guys, America facing a very, you know what I mean, a hard rock and a hard place right now, man. And you know, the only thing people will say, only thing when white folk will say to you is, well, if we facing a domino effect, of course you gonna face a domino effect. If we going to hell, well, you know what I mean, you going to hell. Well, if we gonna die, you gonna die. Look, man. Look, I'm gonna say it like this. Hell is a point place, man. And this devil, man, he's just crafty. He just tricky. You know what I mean? And I just want to say, they willing to get you to go right along with them. And since hell's a point place, and since, you know what I mean, they don't know, you know what I mean, that there's no heaven for them. See, it can be a arena of them saved, but you see, the majority are going down. And are taking a fight of it by deceiving you and me. See, our problem, I say this to you, brothers and sisters, must be solved, said the God of justice, the God of righteousness, the God of equality. He's not willing to just let you go. And see, we you know what I mean, all our life we show how much we've been forgiving people. We show that. But how many times are people been forgiven, and how many times are people be where we'll go back to befriend our murderers. We go back and say, well, you know what I mean? Well, white people is good. Well, not all now. Not all. Then we try to make a way to try to tell our God, you know what I mean, that all white people are good. And we try to, you know what I mean, be busy trying to find one. And see, you know, when Abraham went to the angels and told the angels, we destroyed the righteous with the wicked, he said, well, go see, can you find 50? So you find 50, I will not spare the city. See, Abraham couldn't find 50. Then he said, well, go see, can you find 40? Then he said, well, go see, can you find 30? Then he said, well, go see, can you bring me one now? Outside of Locks and his family, if you can bring me one, I spare the city. See, God delays judgment so that the people that he has judged are not worthy of what they about to get now. And now I've been saying America is facing a judgment similar to that of ancient Babylon. Now I say this, if you like to be caught in her snares, as God set the snare for ancient Babylon. See, America is going to be in the same snare as ancient Babylon was. This is, you know what I mean? This is a fulfilled prophecy. Just look at America. You know, America been having trouble from the very beginning of 2025 with these planes, with these incidents. They telling you that they couldn't tell you why are they having these plane crashes. Because look, many of the people that's coming here, half of these people, they don't know they hijackers. Because she can't put the end to the hijack because she's gonna run into more than she expects. Now, who would have thought in this day and time that you would see such plane crash that's happened in the very beginning of 2025? Now, it's some of you just left. 11 of you just left. Five came back on. I'm just saying, prove to me if I'm a liar. You seen these stick up of planes, you seen many hijackers hijacking these planes. And she can't just put it into it because I want to say, brothers and sisters, she's going to run into more than she expects. See, I say 2025 was a rocky year. '25 just been a crazy, bizarre year, man. And you ain't just seen nothing yet. Let's go.
This name change in the law?
I don't know, but we're going to find out, but I'm not sure they have to. We're signing an executive order today, but we're going to find out. We're going to see. If they do, we're going with it, and we're going with it very strongly. There's a question as to whether or not they have to, but we'll put it before Congress.
You know how much this rebrand will actually cost? And are there any concerns about, the Pentagon's mission of actually cutting back on spending?
Yeah, but not a lot. We know how to rebrand without having to go crazy. We don't have to recarve a mountain or anything. We're going to be.
Look, brothers, I'm not dividing anything. Trump is dividing this nation. It's Trump that everybody buzz on how he showed no kind of concern, no desire of the death of Charlie Kirk. Since his whole obsession was, you know what I mean? this this new project that they've been talking about. 150 years. This project. Now, according to this report, the police are saying that they came with a final conclusion. Now, I want to say before I get started here, the people were saying that Donald Trump, he cares nothing about Charlie's death. Now, this what Trump, you know what I mean, was asked about how he really felt, and he said he felt it very, very sad. He responds, and he felt that one day, you know what I mean, that Charlie would have been an excellent political leader, according to reports. But in saying all this, a lot of people were so stunned on the 9/11 memorial where a lot of people looked at Trump. He looked like he wasn't his original self. A lot of people, it's a lot of questions that's being asked where it has social media buzzing on Trump's health, how long he's going to be here. And a lot of people look, you know what I mean, they think at some point he's, you know what I mean, deteriorating, or he's showing, you know what I mean, signs of declining. And, you know what I mean, this is what I'm hearing, you know what I mean, where social media is buzzing. So now, according to reports, it says here that Trump was very, you know, emotion, and he was so upset at the critics of what the media was saying. You know, regarding his obsession with this, you know what I mean, new, you know, project. And then there was another report that Trump was at a Yankees game during the death of Charlie. So really, a lot of people stunned, you know what I mean? And it got the media, social media going very, you know what I mean, very crazy. So, you know, that's that take that, you know, a lot of people, it shows that a lot of people was buzzed behind, you know, behind the death of Charlie. So just want to say to the families out there, man, you know what I mean, I show my, you know what I mean, condolences that I'm glad the family was able to get justice, man. Rest in peace, Charlie, man. He lived a long, you know what I mean, life, man. 31, man. He leave two, you know what I mean, children, as a good wife, man. I'm just sad to hear how people feel about this whole situation. You know what I mean? I'm hearing a lot of things, man, from, you know what I mean, from a lot of YouTubers, you know what I mean? You know, I just want to say it like this, y'all. I'm sure for, you know what I mean, that if any one of these people was to lose their life, loved ones and things, I wouldn't want someone to get on, you know what I mean, social media, spreading my name. And, you know, I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me, you know what I mean? Because I know how it feels, man, when you lose someone. And, you know, like I said, man, we live in a world, y'all, where we already see there's no good comes. You know what I mean? So it's like we live in a time, man. We ought to be more careful what we say. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people, you know what I mean, saying some very nasty stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was telling you guys, man. I'm friends with New Breed and Reno TV, man. I support these brothers, man. But just over the past couple of days, man, I've been sitting back. You know what I mean? I've been sitting back watching other, you know what I mean, content, watching other people's channels, and I watch New Breeds. You know what I mean? I watch a lot of things he said, and you know what I mean. And I can agree on things he say. You know what I mean? But one thing about I want to get on this brother Reno TV, man. He says a lot of things on black people, man, and a lot of things is he really don't like. You see, the thing is he don't really like people. He don't really like people. So how is it you don't like people, but you you believe in God? You believe in God, and see, God is all loving. See, if you love God and you don't love your brother, how can you love God if you don't love your brother? Now, I've been seeing, I actually been seeing, man, I've been seeing a lot of, you know what I mean, content from both, but I've been seeing, I actually, you know what I mean, I actually subscribe back to Reno TV just to support his channel because he feels as though he has no black support. And I've been hearing a lot of things from my brother Newbury about how they look at people like that. Look at when people don't have when you're a black man here, and we know every black man they go through poverty, but but I didn't understand the whole thing of their little beef that he was calling. You know, Newbury actually was calling Reno TV a tet a tether. I don't know if I'm saying it right to you guys. A tether. If I'm saying it right, a tether. And he can't stand. You know, he couldn't. He took it where he couldn't stand what Newbury was saying to him because he's not. He's actually not born in the United States. He's born from like another foreign country. And this whole beef situation, you know what I mean, was I remember, you know what I mean, when I believe you know what I mean, he was staying in uptown New York and he needed help. And New Breed was beat off some money because he helped the brother. And, you know, it was just one thing led to another, man. And, you know, the beef, man, it was this. I never knew that they had a serious beef, man. Newbury took, I mean, well, Newbury took it to him, was like, yeah, man, you owe me some money, man. You know what I mean? I helped you move some stuff, man. I move with you. You know what I mean? You say you were going to pay. See, here's the thing. You were going to pay the brother that, you know what I mean, that you were going to give him what he had deserved. And I guess he felt that, you know what I mean, he didn't give him the money that he deserved, and one thing led to another, man. And you know, I think, man, I think we're in a time, man, where if you got hate and animosity, this is a time where we got to, you know what I mean, let ends meet, man. I think in the time we live in, you know what I mean, this death with Charlie Kirk, this should be a wake up for our nation. You know what I mean? You'll think this country will get into a better direction You know what I mean? How can we actually solve when it comes to, you know what I mean, political assassinations, you know what I mean, when it comes to political issues, when it comes to hate crimes, we see heinous crimes, you know what I mean, massacre shootings, and you know what I mean. When it comes to police brutality, when it comes to white crimes, black crimes, you know what I mean. How do we find a right solution? How do we find a method, a right method, and practicing the right solution? Now let's go.
Doing it not in the most expensive. We're going to start changing the stationery as it comes due and lots of things like that. We're not going to be doing things like have been done in the past when they changed the name of forts that shouldn't have been changed. Those names of the forts should not have been changed, at least for the most part. And as you know, many of them have been changed back already. At the request of the communities, every one of those communities said, we want our name back, like Fort Bragg as an example. The people in that community wanted that name back. They refused to call it anything else but Fort Bragg. So we're not going to be spending very much money on that. Yes, sir.
When you spoke with the Europeans and Zelensky earlier this week, did you preview this for them, and did you say what security guarantees they might be involved in?
This is nothing to do with anybody but the United States of America, the people of America. This is who I talk to about changing an end. It's a very important change because it's an attitude, and we know how to win. We've been winning, and we're going to win like you've never seen. Wait till these factories start to open up that are being built all over the country. You're going to see things happen in this country that nobody expects. We have over $17 trillion in investment coming into the country. We never did anything even remotely close to that. No other country has either, by the way. So you're going to see things that are pretty amazing. But it's really about winning.
And what about the security guarantees aspect of that with Ukraine, sir?
Well, we'll work that out. We'll help them. Look, we want to save a lot of lives, so we'll do something with that. I think people expect that. We'll help them. Europe will be first in by far, and they want to be first, and they want to see it end. Europe wants to see it end, and it'll end. It'll end all of a sudden. It's going to come together. You watch. Yeah, did you want something right?
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
Yeah, behind you, please. Yes.
Bold, decisive, offensive action to protect American values. Strikes in Iran, the strikes this past Tuesday at the positively ID'd Trend Iraq narco-terrorists. Is that going to be a critical function of the department?
It depends on the individual instance, you know. We don't want drugs coming in from Venezuela or anybody else or any place else, and we'll be tough on that. And we don't want human trafficking. We don't want to see people coming in where they open their prisons from all.
Guys, I want to say this, man. They said they don't want Venezuela coming here, man. They don't look, man. We got a problem, man. Especially where Biden opened up the border crisis, man. When you see Proposition 42, man, when that border crisis, man, look, man. This is why I say, man, it's going to take, man, it's going to take a lot of work, man. It's going to take a lot of work. You know what I mean? Because America has a problem with these hijackers. There's a lot of hijackers, man. I'm warning a lot of you guys, man. There've been a lot of just deaths, man. People getting on these planes, and it ain't safe getting on a plane in winter. You got to just be see. Nowadays, you got to be cautious of what you do now, man. There's some people here today, and they gone tomorrow, man. There's a lot of strange things happening, man. Don't take this life for a joke. I always tell people, don't take your life for a joke, man. You only live once. You only live once. You got to make the best out of your life. Sometimes in life you gotta make the right decision. You gotta learn how to make right choices. There's a lot of times people don't even make right choices. There's a lot of times you see, you know what I mean, some people, you know what I mean, some people grew up where they wasn't disciplined, where they didn't have no families to guide them. There's a lot of times kids gotta grow up making their own choices, making their own decisions. See, sometimes the parents can discipline you for your good. You know what I mean? When they least stop, it's best for them. But see, when you get right and you get yourself right with God, the Most High, see, God discipline you for a lifetime. You don't want to like get where you get to a time in your life you're not never disciplined by your family. Your family's trying to discipline you for, you know what I mean, for their good. You know what I mean? That you know what I mean. You know what I mean that they've been here with you. And some people find ways where they never got disciplined. And now, see, a lot of people make these, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, rash, you know what I mean, mistakes. People make bad mistakes. I see, man. They don't learn. People that I grew up with, I learned, you know what I mean, that I seen these people been in and out of jail and they still haven't learned. I'm talking about people that been in the system, you know what I mean, they got out and go right back in, man. Once I was locked up, I did 8 years. I told myself I was not going to get back in the system. I'll get myself right. A lot of people I see, that's why I'm to myself a lot. A lot of people I noticed start seeing. I've been like seeing that they still doing the same things. That's why I say you don't see when the day of decisions here. You don't have long to decide. You don't have long. See, thinking that you have long can be the greatest mistake. See, people will make. People gonna make great mistakes while they're here. A lot of people gonna die because they're gonna make bad mistakes. They're gonna go here, they're gonna go there, and things just gonna gradually happen right in front of our eyes. People gonna be doing a lot of moving, man. A lot of people sometimes they don't know how to sit still, man. A lot of people be running, they have to go, they can't be, you know what I mean? They can't just be in one place, man. So I say this to you: the time we live in such time where we're short. And I hate to say, I hate to be the one to say and be so blunt with this. It's scary. It's scary, man. The reason I say this to you because California ain't never got back where we seen the big earthquake that they've been talking about since I believe 1855. They've been saying Californians do, and I believe that yes, Californians do at some point, man. And I got friends living right in Los Angeles, living into you know what I mean, living in the coastal line, the fault lines, right? And these things is gradually building up, man. And it's a buildup we see. That's why you think the media, the reporters are saying with the worst is yet to come. They see, man, it's a buildup we are seeing already, y'all. The angels already sound the whole alarm. They already sound the trumpet. It's already see anything is likely to tick. This is what I'm saying, man. The end is near. The end is near, y'all. Anything can just lively tick at any given time, man. It's like look, America. It's like America trying to play chess with God. Their little, you know what I mean, pawn piece they put out ain't going against what God has. Ain't going. Because when God comes, he's coming with thousands of his holy ones. Them little pawn pieces they got ain't worth anything what he got. God at a time we living in, God can easy, man, humanity can easily be wiped out, man. I just want y'all to see it and use your discernment. See it, man. The end is right here. It's near. It's look. We living in the upticking where the earth is just rotating. It's speeding, and they doing it where the way they playing. They doing to speed this up even faster. The way they doing things, they really speeding it up, man. God, excuse me. He comes with the powerful force of nature. He comes with the powerful force of nature. There's nothing you can do when he comes with a power of force. There's nothing they can do. Let's go.
All over the world, and they dumped their prisoners into our country, which is what they did in the Biden administration, where they took insane asylums and places that held people that were seriously mentally ill, mentally incompetent, mentally dangerous, and they dumped those people into our country, and we're trying to get them out now. What they've done, what the Democrats and Biden have done to this country will go down in infamy. What they have done to our country, and especially that, they created the worst inflation we've ever had. That's nothing compared to what they did with the people in our country right now. And we're getting them out, and it's not easy when you have the liberal judges destroying our country. But we've won them all. We've won it all. Ultimately won it all. Hard process. It should be easy, and we know who it is. We know exactly who we're looking for. We had 11,000 murderers dropped into our country. We've gotten a lot of them out. Or in some cases, they're so dangerous, we're afraid to get them out because they'd come back in. But for the last 120...
Look, America have problems with fugitives, you know what I mean, sex offenders, pedophiles. We have all the lewdness of people who come right here where America opens herself up, man. First of all, you know what I mean, they get a gang of people to come out of Europe to make themselves here. They offer the most lewdness of characters to come here to make themselves free for them to get citizenship. But you should see how they treat other people. You should see how they treat the Haitians. You should see how they treat blacks and brown. You should see how they treat other people. The Bible says, "As thou hast done, so shall be done to you." See, America is gonna reap what she sowed. She's gonna reap what she all sowed.
20 days, 0 people came in. Can you imagine? This is me speaking, but these are figures developed by, they say, a pretty liberal group of people. They admit that 0 people came into our country. Think of that. A year ago, it was millions of people were coming in. Millions.
Okay. Thank you guys for subscribing, man. We got to get back into this though. This is the struggle of America, man. You know what I mean? They dealing by millions of people coming here, man. And you know, like I said, man, when it comes to former president, you know, what I mean, Bill Clinton, man, he opened up that mess with the border crisis, man. Yeah, legal, you know what I mean, alias, and you know what I mean. It's just one problem after another, man. Here we are, y'all. So buckle up, y'all. Fasten your seatbelts, man. Enjoy the ride, man. For more content, man, please stay subscribed. You know what I mean. I'm definitely gonna be coming back with another video, man. But subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. But yeah, we definitely gonna come back. So we out. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it. Much love. But definitely gotta get ready, prepare for another live stream. So we out.